Valencia, Santa Marta, and all that. So, it's not that way now, but in those days, people lived on the coast and they thought black people were not that smart. And then some of the white man's propaganda from here hung over. So technically I was supposed to be running the show in South America. Supposedly I took over from the white boys. The white boys handed it over. But we're playing roles. So when we had company, I used to have a pair of overalls, country overalls, 2 straps right there. I would get that, I'd have my overalls on, and then I'd have a broom. And I'd step it out with the damn broom. Because that's what they expected. They expected it. They didn't expect me to be telling the white boys what to do. It's not common. It's abnormal. So that might ruin business. The Nietzsche don't know what he's doing. The white boys do. Just, the same stuff worldwide, whites are all right. In Africa, they used to have a saying that if I could come back, I would like to come back as the white man's dog. Can you imagine how sick that is? That was from a PhD, but they all said it. If I could come back, I would like to come back as the white man's dog. It made some sense. You see how white folks treat their dog, right? They don't treat niggas like they don't treat their dog. They lick them all in the mouth. Oh my goodness. Right? Robo got it made. So, we have come across so much knowledge and experience, we have to pass it on to people. Basically, we have to let them know what they can do and what they have in them. And then whatever job they're on now, whatever they're doing now, try a little adventure. Remember, if we can do it and survive and thrive, then they have to understand that they can do it. That's the main lesson. The lesson is the same, self-image psychology that it's always been. The people need a living example. They need inspiration. But our inspirational teaching now should not be just we want to throw the white man out and we want to be in. We're not even about none of that. We want to assist in evolving toward a genuine new world dispensation. In the meantime, a 20-year period of reparation and repair of the earth in which we're living on. That's going to take so much cooperation and global response that we would not undertake that unless we just believed in Allah 100%. Because otherwise, there's no mathematical, what are you talking about? It's almost laughable, right? Tell the truth. That is almost laughable. And with what we have, the Negro has been made and trained by the white man. The Negro is self-destructive. The Negro, well, the human being is self-destructive, but the Negro has special aid in destruction of his own self, self-sabotage. He got the matches in his pocket to burn his own house down. He'll do it every time. If he's not rescued by a higher authority, let's call it Islam.
It's ironic that you just mentioned reparations, and that's the big talk now.
That's the big talk.
That has resurfaced, but nobody's talking about repairing the earth. So even if you got reparations, the earth, we couldn't enjoy it.
It's not only we can't enjoy it, we don't enjoy it now. Look at a person get up in the morning at 6 o'clock and have to drive 2 hours to work. He's getting up at 6 o'clock so he can beat that 7 and 7:30 bumper-to-bumper traffic.
Right.
Then when he leaves, he got to go through that again. He gets up in the morning full of hope and vigor and has him a cup of coffee and oh, it's just nice. And he gets in that damn car, right? And he's blocked up. And he gets to the office all nervous and trembling, right? It blows your whole day. The human being doesn't have to live like that. The way we're living now, we don't have to live like that. I'm not putting up with it. I don't like the way it is. I'm not putting up with it. Everybody else, they can do what they want. Technically, on those things, I'm responsible for myself, but also responsibility, ability to respond. What responsibility means sometimes. Our ability to respond to the environmental circumstances begins to fall on us too. Ability to respond. Accountability. There has to be accountability for what's done because the earth can't take it, the soil can't take it. They just do anything they want. They use some kind of little old chemical that's good for the corn, but hell, when the 37% of the honeybees died this year, that's just this year. Because they take it back to the hive and they kill everything, all the people of the bees in the hive.
Or the wind blows and then the farm next door destroys whatever they were doing.
There was a guy, he had a farm. Was that a picture or was that reality? No, it was Danny Glover. Danny Glover had not a halal place, but what do they call that? Organic farm. And it was next to the other farm, the big white folks farm. And that stuff grew all over, and so the stuff was growing. They said, we can't certify. And he says, my whole life depends on the certification. He said, we can't certify you because that stuff over there, so much percentage of it grew over here, we can't certify it as organic. I didn't do it. It's not, you understand?
That's real life.
That's real life. Okay. In the future, everything should be organic. Everything. That's the way it started off. Okay. What we really want to talk about is like we say, when we say, look where we are now. Yeah, look where we are now. Look at what we have been able to accomplish with unbelievable challenges. So again, that's part of our assignment, and we want to teach that to the rest of the people. In order to do that, we have to develop a new type, for us, a new type of motivation, to motivate the people to do great things, but not just for money. Money is not the reason they're doing it. It's going to take an elevated personality. And then if they're not doing it for money, all the other stuff has to be taken care of. We can do that. We can regulate things in the world. You know, we waste 30 35% of the food that we have in America. 35%. 35% of the fruit rots, you know, at the store or on the back thing. Or, you know. 35% of the meat we throw away, we take a bite of a sandwich and then we throw it away. That's why the birds be partying. You know, you throw that McDonald's bag, they pick that bag open, they get them a few fries in there, they got all, so actually it's not going to waste, all of it, it's feeding the birds. We didn't change their diet from nuts to doggone French fries, but I mean, what the heck. Inspiration. We have to give strategic information on this go-round. The crux of the matter is, if we can do it, you can do it. But not only that, in old-time language, do you want to be big? Do you want to be here on earth and you just cruise along and eat a little food, go to the bathroom a couple of times and then die? It's not the purpose. I'm telling you, this stuff that we read about self-contentment, I said I wasn't going to talk that much about myself, and I'm not. But this is absolutely true. If you make, you know, we always talk about have fun and everything. If you make Allah's work your leisure, you know, this is supposed to be one of the slowest periods in our history, like As-Sabiqun. This was technically. We don't have our school, we don't have this, that, and another. So what? We cruising with the whole United States government every day, all day, got something in the mix all the time. And it's all bouncing off. Abdul-Malik used to call me the Teflon Imam. Everything is bouncing off. And then it's not having any negative effect, it's only having good effect. A lot of it is turn everything around. Once you get to the point that anything happens to you, you're going to get the good out of it. So you begin to force people's hand that they can't just do anything to you. If they do, you're going to find a way to get some good out of it. This thing about big, I don't mean big as just like, that's a big nigga over there, he got a big car, he got a big house, he got big money. Not that big, but big in those things that are important to the universe. You know why? That's what's needed now. We're talking about what's needed now. That's all. If it would have been 40 years ago, we didn't need money. Nigga, you gotta have money. You know what I mean? Niggas need cars and homes and all of that. You gotta have that. Right? Then, we gotta have businesses. This is what's needed right now. What we're talking about. There should be political stability in the world, political harmony, harmony amongst the Muslims, right? And civility and diplomacy, where people deal with each other like civilized, so-called civilized human beings. But they're not dealing with each other like civilized people, they're dealing with people like Americans. uncivilized. The government has always been uncivilized. It uses the word, but I'm sure nobody knows technically what that means. Civilized, or honor, or gallantry, gallant. White folks don't even believe Negroes can be gallant, whatever that means. Gallant, yeah. They don't think that. They reserve that word for themselves, and they never live up to that. There's not a gallant white, gallant. No, there's a few good folks, no doubt about it, with high principles and ethics. We want to work with those people. Close it. The I am type of approach. See, although everybody's been a failure, they don't have to remain a failure. You know, I told the people, I will help you. The people have to have a picture of becoming something or somebody. You know, the human being is evolutionary. You get a picture of how they want to be, then they start working toward being that type of a person. That's what evolution is. That old saying, I am in what? I'm an honorable person. I'm a hard-working person. I'm a reasonable person. Right? I'm a person that can reconcile. You know, those things that you say to yourself, I am a such and such and such. And you say them things over and over again. It's not taking something from a mystic. Because when Moses went up on the mountain in the Bible, Old Testament, they say, who should I say sit me? He said, tell him I am. Or I am who I am. Tell him now I am sent you. Boy, he must have been really spinning around with that. I am. Let's break it down to human terms. But people don't realize that they can pull that off. I am a disciplined person. I am an ethical person. I am a moral person. Right? I am a good person. I am a sensitive person. I am a reasonable. They can do that all day long. And they can become that. I believe we have to assist them in that. And I'll close with disposable Negroes. This is what the white man produces. Disposable Negroes, throwaway niggas. He always has. The white man do not figure out a good part for me and you. Right? He figures that out for himself. So, if we're going to play a good part, Shakespeare said the whole world is a stage and everyone has to play a part, or will play a part. What about when you can choose your part? Well, within reason. Remember when we talk about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and assignment? Whenever we talk, we're not like motivational speakers that leave out the Supreme Being or leave out Allah. We're not. That's why I stop every time I say something, I come back to we don't mean that the way it sounds. We means when you say I am, that means you have a written assignment, but you don't know what that assignment is. You have a taste for certain foods and realities and environments, but you got to go through that whole smorgasbord and taste a little bit of everything. You got to taste things and find out which way do I lean. You see what I mean? Civil service prevents a person from even trying other things. They don't even consider. So this statement about I am this, I am that, that means you have the possibility and you don't even know what your possibility, you don't know your limit. I know we're not limitless, but I know we can do a lot better than we're doing. I mean, all we want to do is get people to try. Just to try a little bit. We believe if they try a little bit, they'll be coached along. Or cataclysmic events will come, and they'll just shake everybody up. We're just trying to do it the easy way, you know what I mean? Where there's a little volunteerism in it. Technically, we don't want a lot to shake them up and turn them upside down. But that's what it says about the earth. We're going to have a whole new heaven and a whole new earth. What the book says. Yeah. It ain't going to be fun. It says it's going to heat up and it's going to boil up too. I don't think they left out freezing, but if the sun burns out, right? If everything on this universe was scheduled for 4.5 billion years, that means in 3 billion years, the sun will start burning out and it'll get cold and the whole thing will freeze. It'll be a big block of ice floating around. Then it'll get caught up in a black hole. And everything will go in that black hole and black hole, black hole. And again, just like the Quran says, I clothed the earth asunder and created everything from water. We have no idea, right, what time. Because see, the people know about time in their realm. They don't know about time and the universe. I mean, the Big Bang Theory is right there in the Quran. You ever see it? The whole earth was one living organism, and I clothed it asunder, and I made everything from water. That's what Allah said. Was that the first explosion, second explosion? 950,000 millionth, zillionth explosion? How many times is this thing, what the hell are we talking about time? You want to get lost? Just start jumping in time. Just get lost. Try to think, I'm God. I got the nigga was talking about I'm God, the black man is God. No, you're not even crazy. I don't think Allah gonna punish y'all for saying that because you're too stupid. You gotta have sense. You right. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course Allah said, you associate partners with me. But some niggas are so crazy, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm a 5%, I'm a 10%, I'm a 15%. one Negro was talking about 50 years ago. You go to the slums, stand for brother. I, self, Lord, and Master. I, self, Lord, and Master. Who is the original man? The original man, the Asiatic black man, the maker on the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, and God of the universe. Allah is too kind. The niggas that said that, they all sparks be flying out from the day of judgment, and Allah may not even punish because he don't have no sense. Right? You gotta have sense. You know, like to fast, you gotta have sense. You can't just be fasting. Right? You gotta have your health too. If you say something that don't make no sense at all, Allah know you ain't got no sense. The people don't know. They say you stuff with love, you going to hell and all that. But Allah just, I mean, fellas, amen. We give them another chance in a trillion years or something. Remember, a lot of this stuff we don't have no idea about. All we have knowledge about is this little realm that's going around us, right? And we don't know nothing about Allah but his attributes. And little stuff like that. And it's only made to feed a human brain that Allah said, no eye have seen it, no ear heard it, no ever even in it. The nigga can't even think about real heaven. He don't have the ability. Allah didn't give him the ability to think about it. Okay, right? He just got enough sense to functional in this, whatever this is, this little yard, this little area, right? This little earth. I believe if we handle this mission right, we can do our part in making the world a better place. And I'll close with this. I bargained in life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged and even when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why you must bear the task. I work for a menial hire only to learn this maybe, that any wage I'd asked of life would have willingly paid. It's just a white man. It's important. Anybody ever read the poem If by Kip? I can't bring it next week. Are there any questions or comments? If not, then we can close with that. Does it look like it's gonna? Does it say it will rain anymore?
I haven't heard it. I thought it would be sunny all weekend.
Yeah, it is.